pretty piece, man.
Yeah.
Is it your favorite song? Because it's
Because Joan Osborne covered it, maybe.
no, I was gonna say, is it a favorite because you like to sing it so much, or you like to listen to it?
Yeah, it's one of those. I like both of it. Yeah.
Nice.
And also because Joan Osborne covered it.
So I'm guessing that it was one of your favorites because of Call Me Crazy, because Joan Osborne covered it.
Yeah.
Oh.
She's very influential over me. Yeah.
I like Joan Osborne.
You liked it though before.
I did like it before, and then when I heard her version of it, I liked it all the more. Yeah.
I'm gonna say that this was one of the songs that Robert Hunter wrote along with like 2 other songs the same night.
Which was Ripple.
Like it was like in their first trip to Europe, and he wrote 3 of like the biggest Grateful Dead songs all in one night.
Yeah.
Crazy.
He's a prolific writer.
I wish I could write like 3 of the best Sugar Line Blues songs in one night.
One night.
No kidding.
I wish I could write 3 trash songs in one night. I wish I could stay motivated to pay attention long enough to write 3 songs in one night.
I know, man. It's crazy.
Wow.
I'll be like, first sign of failure, I'm like, abandon ship. What's this other song that I already know how to play? Let me play that for a while.
Yeah, right.
So we've talked a lot about the stories that we tell ourselves in relation to the songs. And for me, I will say that though you wrote the majority of the lyrics for our song Gypsy River, when I tell myself stories, this is the same river that's being talked about.
Interesting.
And the river in this one.
It's interesting because when I thought of Gypsy River and I wrote the lyrics to that song, I didn't think anything about this song. And I didn't even think about it being Grateful Dead-ish at all. I actually considered
not being, I mean, like, not in stylistically. I'm just talking about the story because for me this is like a end of life.
I was going to say it's forlorn and...
Yeah, like looking back over their life and their homegoing. So more of, especially because it talks about laying their bones next to the river and then planting a willow. And it's like, you know, if you were to lay a body just in the ground and then plant a willow over the top, that body would nourish that tree. And so it would grow well there. So I just think about perhaps their end of life and their body going home and being planted like in a grave.
Mm-hmm.
And with Gypsy River,
Carry Me Home.
Yeah, it's talking about that whole homegoing and why they're not accepted in their home and perhaps the reasons why they couldn't go home until they had already passed. So it's like a little prequel to this.
You listen to Gypsy River and you tell us. Do a side by side.
Yeah, yeah.
Gypsy River off of Narcoluptuous.
Yep. Plugging our own song, but
Why not?
So yeah, you know, I don't know. That's interesting. I never thought of it that way. I thought of, well, I guess
Could have been a subconscious thing with you, maybe.
maybe I think of this song as actually like laying somebody else to rest usually, but I also think it'd be one of my top 5. Please play this at my funeral songs.
Yeah, just so the world knows, I don't really want a funeral. I'll have a memorial party.
Play this at my morbid party.
Yeah.
No, none for me, thanks.
And so long as, you know what, I don't even want to talk about funerals right now.
Right.
It's so depressing.
Those miserable songs.
When you listened to the song, did you tell yourself a story about it? When
Yeah,
you were
yeah,
first introduced to it?
Yeah, it was, again, it was forlorn, but introspective, and there was a sense of hope at the end of it to me. You know, it was interesting. You know, we're not away 100%. We're always going to be there, either with a tree growing, a river flowing. You know, you name it. Am I writing a song right now?
I think maybe it rhymed.
Oh, this is much better than those Man from Nantucket songs I've been writing.
Silly.
I like the peacefulness of it. Like, I think it is like It's this says rock my soul, but it's more like a soul soothing to me. The song in general is very soul soothing.
Well, I mean, like, again, going back to the story that I tell myself, it's like the person who has passed saying goodbye to their home place and the people who are there to celebrate their life. Like, goodbye. I love you so much.
Interesting. I mean, we had this conversation at my place the other day, though, regarding like all the Christmas stuff that I put up, and you'd mentioned that our loved ones are there in memories of different ornaments on trees or what have you, and
how we carry them.
Yeah, and and I think I'd mentioned that both my parents passed in December, but they both absolutely adored Christmas time. So, and my wife and I, we don't really need trees around. We're fine, just celebrating Christmas in our hearts. But I put up the big regalia for my parents because they loved it so well, and as a result, when you come to my house and you see 5 trees, that's why. you know.
And beautifully done too.
Yeah, they're just junked up.
I wouldn't say so. I say each ornament with a story. Like as you were walking me through them, I mean, every single ornament had a story to it, or somebody precious that had given it to you. It was everything had meaning to it. Yeah, nothing was superfluous.
No, up to and including Smelly Cat.
Absolutely had a story to go along with it. I think Smelly Cat should be out year round. Just saying.
Just saying. Oh, God.
We'll have to have Joe tell you the story of Smelly Cat someday.
But to that beautiful lady who owned that shop in Cave Creek, Arizona, I am so sorry.